Okay, so to complete the square, if a, which is the coefficient of x squared, right? Coefficient of x squared is a. If a is not equal to 1, the first step is to divide the first two terms only. Because we don't care about the third term right now because we're going to be creating a new c, a new value of c. So divide the first two terms by the coefficient of x squared. So I got to divide this by negative 2.25, and I'm going to divide this by negative 2.25. So what do I have? Negative 2.25 x squared minus what? 2x. And we need to create a perfect square trinomial out of this. So let's keep the plus 6.75. That is no longer going to be c. We need to create a c. We have to find the value of c that will create a perfect square trinomial, right? Okay, so does everyone see what I did there? I am dividing the first two terms by a, and I'm leaving my last term outside the bracket. Okay, we just leave this. Okay, so now we have to find what c would be in order to create a perfect square trinomial. What is the formula for finding c? What is c equal to? B divided by 2 squared. Now, remember, what is my new b value? I'm creating a perfect square trinomial using these terms. So b is negative 2. It's not 4.5, right? You're using your new form. So c is equal to negative 2 divided by 2 squared. What's negative 2 divided by 2? Negative 1 squared equals 1. Okay? Okay, so we're going to put our c value into the equation. I'm going to add 1 and take away 1. We're going to apply distributive property to multiply a, which is this, by the fourth term in the bracket, so that we can put it outside the bracket. We're trying to remove it from the bracket. So I have y equals negative 2.25. I only want to keep this inside the bracket, so I have x squared minus 2x plus 1. And if I distribute this and I multiply it by negative 1, what does it become when I write it outside the bracket? Negative 2.25 times negative 1 becomes positive plus 6.75. Don't forget to write the 6.75. Step 4, we're now going to simplify. We're going to add our like terms or subtract. Just to simplify this, negative 2.25, and I have x squared minus 2x plus 1. What is 2.25 plus 6.75? 9. Now what? We're trying to put this in vertex form. So what do I do with my perfect square trinomial? Factor it. So we're going to factor this. How do you factor a perfect square trinomial? Square root of the first term, which is x. Square root of the last term, which is, what's the square root of 1? And we use the sign of b, so is it going to be plus or minus? And it's squared because x minus 1 times x minus 1 is factored form, plus 9. Step 6, write the vertex. Okay, I'm going to ask you to write the vertex. Okay, so step 6, state the vertex. Therefore, the vertex is located at positive 1 and positive 9. It's now written in vertex form. A x minus h squared plus k. If I were to ask you the value of a, what's the value of a?
Negative 2.25.
So does this parabola open up or down? Does it stretch or compress? It stretches, it opens down. You know where the vertex is, you can graph this. Okay, h is 1 and k is 9. Vertex is located at hk.